Second row, Bill.
Chris, this past game was, I think, maybe the most you've got to throw the ball since you've been here.
Yeah.
And I think some people might have been surprised a little bit by how well you did throw it, especially the one you threw that got called back to Garrett. Honestly, might have been one of the better thrown balls this year. Like, I don't know. How would you explain your throwing ability to people who have not seen a lot of it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been pretty confident in my throwing ability. You know, I was definitely happy that I got to sling it around a bit on Saturday. You know, usually sometimes, especially earlier in the season when I have to go in the game, we're kind of just trying to kill clock, you know, to leave and whatnot. So I haven't always gotten the opportunity to throw it around, but I mean, I'm here because I love throwing the football, so I was happy about it for sure.
When you graduated from West Virginia, why did you ultimately decide that you wanted to keep playing?
I love the game, man. I love playing football. I love throwing the football too. It's that simple for me, you know, that feeling of throwing like a perfect pass, you know, for the 5 seconds that I threw that one post up to 5, you know, I felt really good, and that's why I'm still playing, and I'll play for as long as I can. Yeah.
Fourth row, Patrick.
Coach Dave mentioned when you first got here, you had to do some reshaping of your body physically. I'm just curious what that entailed.
Yeah. So I had been away from football for 7-8 months before I got here, and I had a hell of a time. And I wasn't in great shape when I came here. I'll be the first to admit that. You know, I wasn't like fat or anything, but I was skinny. And when you walk in here and you walk in the locker room here, man, everyone's built like a brick house. So Coach Mick and I, you know, we kind of worked through that in season last year, and then throughout this off season, you know, it's been a focus of mine to try to, you know, just be somewhere on the same level as everyone else here. So
how much has that helped you, do you think?
A lot. Yeah, I mean, I've been able to add. I mean, shoot, when I walked in the door here, I drove up. I was sitting on the beach for a few months last summer, just hanging out, and I was pretty thin. And then throughout the course of the time I've been here, I think I've put on about 30 pounds. So, you know, that's a testament to Coach Mick and our strength staff and what we do here. And I've also just been eating a whole lot of food. So.
Far left, Lori.
Chris, has your workload in practice changed at all from the beginning of the season? Are they resting Justin more as the year goes along, or because he's coming out in the second or third quarter?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, our practices are pretty structured and we're fairly consistent with the reps that we have. I mean, Fields is a freak. He doesn't really need much rest, to be honest. So I'd say that it's been pretty consistent since preseason, yeah.
How challenging is it for you to play with the number of reps that you're being given?
I don't know. I mean, that's the way it is when you're the second string QB. You know, you can't always get as many physical reps in practice. You know, I try my best to, you know, when I'm not in there, I try to use my mind, you know, and get those mental reps to be prepared. I look at it as a challenge that I welcome, you know. So, yeah.
Go to the front row, Austin.
Chris, when you got here, it seemed hard to envision that you would have the amount of opportunities you had this year. You know, we looked at the room the way it was then, it was like, well, I don't see a path for Chris to play. Has any part of this ever caught you by surprise? You catch yourself thinking, like, this worked out way better than I thought it could?
I don't know. I never really thought about it like that. You know, I just came here and I planned on doing whatever I could here for Ohio State, and you know, things shook out the way they did, and I'm just grateful for every opportunity I have to play. You know, so.
Aside from you know adding that 30 pounds, how do you feel like you're a better quarterback now than when you got here?
I mean, mentally, you know, the way that Coach Day, Coach Yursich, and just the philosophy of our team and our offense here, I just feel like I'm so much more mentally prepared, you know, week in and week out. I think my football knowledge has skyrocketed since I walked in the door here, 2 years ago? a year ago, actually. I think that's helped me a lot, you know, on the field. Yeah, for sure.
Second row, Tony.
You say it's a great feeling when the ball is in the air, especially even the one that got called back. Did you get hit on that one?
The one that got called back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say it's a great feeling, but then you get smashed, right?
Yeah, I think the pros outweigh the cons there. I knew I was going to get smacked, and I had the option to get the ball out of my hands quick and get like 3 or 4 yards, or hang on to it for a split second longer, get smacked, and potentially get whatever it was, like 50 yards and a touchdown. So that's kind of what went through my mind there.
Third row, Rob.
Coach Day said it helps to be sort of creative, mentally creative. You don't get a lot of reps. You mentioned that. Can you walk us through sort of how that works? Is it like watching a movie? You just sort of picture things? What's the process?
I'd say like in practice, I stand right behind Fields when he's taking his reps, and he does the same with mine. That's just kind of the culture they have here at Ohio State. So I'll see the play come in, and I'll go through it on my own in my head, and I'll go through the reads. And usually, I mean, I could tell you where he's throwing the ball most of the time in the game, you know, aside from the times where he uses his legs, and that's what he does. Yeah.
And last couple, we'll go front row, Nathan.
We haven't had a chance to ask other quarterbacks about Justin very much this year. I'm just curious, from a football IQ standpoint, what impressed you most about him?
He just makes really smart decisions. You know, for being so young, he doesn't force the ball, which is huge for someone his age. He's really confident in his athletic ability, so he could hold on to the ball, and he doesn't feel like he has to force it into small windows, which, you know, I don't think he's turned the ball over much at all this season, which, I mean, is huge, and it's in our plan to win. So, I mean, he's just a smart young player, and he's a freak. So,
what sense do you get from him in meetings? I mean, does he think about the game, see the game at an advanced way for being that young?
Yeah, for his age, and I mean, just the way the coaches prepare here, and the way they have us prepare, you know, he has no choice. But yeah.